What's up, man? It's that Detroit player, B.I.G. Sean Don, Big Sean, and you're watching Billboard.com.
You should beware, beware, beware of a woman with a broken heart. Praying to a sky all black, looking at the stars like they finna talk back. Looking at my phone like she finna call back. But last night I feel like probably ended all that, cause by now she would've sent a text in all caps.
Making Hall of Fame, I just wanted to make something that was a piece to the bigger puzzle of just me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's not too many people from Detroit who have the platform to be heard. And a lot of the issues I touched on, a lot of things I touched on were representations of Detroit and just like where we are as people and economically. And, you know, and of course, losing people, losing relationships that were close to me. You know, from wise words from my grandma to my dad to, you know, just crazy moments. You know, the album is full of like surprises, it's full of like great moments, and you know, I'm very excited about it, very proud of it.
I know I'ma get it, I just don't know how.
For Nothing Is Stopping You, it explains my story. It explains exactly how my whole day went the day I met Kanye. And then it fast forwards to years later to me living out that life that Kanye may have been living something similar at the time in the first verse, and then karma coming back around and somebody rapping for me. And it's just, you know, it's definitely a song for the dreamers. And then going into the third verse, it really breaks down being at a dead end, being depressed. You know, I'm very spiritual, man. I believe in like the law of attraction. I believe in manifesting what you want. And that's something that I wanted to teach my listeners as well.
Tell them that I need more.
Man, Fire is one of my personal favorites. I feel like it's definitely a song that gives my album a certain quality, a certain texture. You know, people have their own fires that they make it through, their own personal problems that they make it through, and this is just a song to like, for people to release to, man, to feel good, to uplift your spirits, you know what I'm saying? And I think with all the many stories in it, people can relate to it in so many different ways. It's like my alarm clock. It's like, that's what I need to hear every day. That's my mentality. Nightmares of losing everything boosts my adrenaline. You know, that's just like, those lyrics are powerful. It's for all the grinders. It's for all this album is an album for the dreamers, for people who have imagination, for people who go up and get it every day. You know what I'm saying? And this song, like, definitely is a staple in it. I love it. When I was riding around with my homies and we would be visualizing, you know, what to do, what's the next move, that's the type of music we would listen to, vibe out to, and try and strategize the next moves. And it took me back to those times, man, when we were just young souls trying to figure it out in the D, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love it, Toyota music. You know, you'll see why I call it Toyota music by the end of the song. The song wouldn't have been the same without Ellie Goulding. And, you know, we hit her up and she was like, yes, please, like, make this happen. And it's a fun song. It's a song that we took kind of like a EDM type of feel, but mixed it with like a soulful feel. It's kind of weird because it's like some Blackstreet. I'm talking like that type of, you know, oh, you know, voices. And we mixed it together. And it sounds it just sounds so wild and just so like therapeutic that, you know, I just wanted to make sure I put a song on there that we could just like, you could let loose to, you could just feel good to and like vibe out, so.
Praying to a sky all black, looking at the stars like they finna talk back.
It subtly has a kind of an EDM feel to it too, but very soulful and very like minimal, stripped down. You know, it really can touch somebody if it hits home for you. If you've ever been in a dysfunctional relationship or crazy ass, you know, relationship, if you're in one or been in one, you could probably 9 times out of 10 relate to this song and these verses. And I was in a very dysfunctional relationship. I kind of just took the situations, formulated them into my own story, and made it something that can still hit home, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people. So it's authentic, it's true, and it's real, but it's not like autobiographical. It's kind of about the times that surround getting a chain or getting that piece of jewelry. Like when I was talking to J. Cole, he was talking about how his first piece of shine he had was a watch in high school. He said he got it from working at the skating rink. And he said he had glass stones in it basically. If he would have sneezed too hard, it would have broke. But he couldn't leave home without it. You know, just like me, when I was in high school, I used to have a Techno Marine, like a $200 watch, which back then was like a Rollie. And I couldn't leave home without it. I always have to wear it to school. So it's just about that. It's kind of like, it's really a self-conscious song. It's really about, you know, you always have to wear a certain type of earrings or whatever it is, you know, but at the same time, that's such a classic rap song concept to me, you know, for my first chain. This was one of Kanye's favorite ones, you know, just like, it's wild, you don't have to think about it, and, you know, I'm talking about like having threesomes, I'm talking about like all sorts of it's just like letting loose, but it's so energetic, you know what I'm saying? That beat is crazy and it's addictive. You know, you gotta let loose, you gotta go to that party sometimes, get crazy, you know, and you surrounded by all these pretty girls, you know, if it was 2 Naya Riveras, that's my anthem, you know what I'm saying? Mona Lisa.
God damn, you got a lot of meat hanging there. You're kind of large. But when I look at a bitch,
you know, it's a soundbite that we got our hands on that just fit the song perfect. You know, she's like, you could clearly tell she's an older woman, but she's just so damn nasty. You know what I'm saying? So it was a perfect setup because we sampled that in the song. We actually sampled that soundbite in the song, and we just wanted to draw it out a little bit for the skit. At first, you don't know what's going on. You just think it's a nasty, like, girl, nasty lady. And then all of a sudden, the song comes in, and you hear the kids like, stop looking at my mama. Man, not my mama. You like, oh, man, that's somebody's mom? You know, it's real common that really hasn't been touched on in songs like that. I feel like in rap songs, you know, it's like for a woman who has kids, or for when I was a kid and I saw my mom's boyfriends, that's how I felt. Stop looking at my mama, man. Not my mama, like, you know. And then when you get older and you date a girl with a kid, you know, he's probably thinking the same thing, or he's looking at you, he hates you, you know, or she hates you. And, you know, that's what that song is about. And even though it's kind of, you know, you listen to it, you may laugh, it's really something it's something real and true, and it's conceptual, and it's everybody played their character so well, from me to Nicki Minaj to Juicy J. It's just like vacation to me. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like driving up the coast with your girl. It's that song you play, it's smooth, and James Fauntleroy is prominent on the chorus, and his vocals are prominent throughout the song, and Roscoe Dash too. And I be goddamn if I didn't put the city on, let's get it. You know, just talking about no matter what, like as long as we come together, we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Period. And people may be confused as to why I put Jeezy on there, but Jeezy is somebody who has deep Detroit roots. Like, he's deeply tied in a lot of ways. It's, you know, obviously street ways and different ways like that. And so he gets more love in, I don't know, he might get more love in Detroit than he does anywhere else, even his hometown, even Atlanta.
Stay close to me, so close to me, that's how it's supposed to be. Long as you've been knowing me, you've been holding me down, I'm sure.
You know, it's just about when you go through certain situations and certain times in life, you know, you feel like you just at an all-time low. Things are like super like not going great, and you feel like the world is on fire. You know what I'm saying? You feel like your whole world is ablaze. And even if it isn't gonna be all right, you at least need to always keep that hope and keep that positivity, because sometimes that hope and positivity is enough to make you get through it, and it'll help you get through it, whether you get through it or don't. You know what I'm saying? So you always need somebody to tell you it's gonna be all right. And I feel like that was something that was universal, that some people could relate to. And, you know, it's just some of my favorite lyrics, man. When the world's ablaze, the stars will fall, the lights go off. You know, say it's, my bad, my voice is like gone.
Yeah, I got a brand new Benz, crazy, right? Brand new Benz. Got less miles on it than I do friends.
I was just like, man, well, I know Ashley, she deserves a song like this, you know. And at the time we were together, and I think people will relate to it in their own ways. You know, everybody has, for me it's Ashley, for you it could be, whoever guy, you know, and it's just basically, you know, my tribute to her, man. She helped me out a lot, you know, from sleeping on her couch, and, you know, to her like helping me out, to her like being at some of my first shows, and her friends were the only girls cheering me on, you know, or like.
It's crazy how they think you got it all figured out. Just because your bank account gets all figured out.
You know, the concept of the song is no matter what, you'll never have it all figured out, period. And I had James Fauntleroy again on the chorus. He wasn't really saying any words though. It was just kind of like more vibing out. So if you ever try and figure out the words on All Figured Out, there are no words on the chorus, because it kind of sounds like he's saying some words. You know, maybe you could put your own words to it. You know, maybe you could figure it out yourself, but you know, you'll never have it all figured out. And that's the whole concept of the song.